Greetings, everyone. In the past, I did a video talking about the Leviathan spirit, and we often hear about Jezebel's spirit, or when women behave a particular way, you'll hear that they have the spirit of Jezebel. Now, I want you to understand that as physical beings, we're having these spiritual experiences. And as long as you understand that, you know, this is a world of polarity. Wherever there is good, evil will present itself, and vice versa. And the quicker we learn and understand that in this physical world, we are also having relations, or relationship, or encounters with spirits. And so I want to talk about this today for the mere fact that when you're able to identify this spirit or the nature of this spirit, you will be able to navigate your way. You'll escape a lot of hardship. You'll be able to, choose your friends and so on and so forth. It's a time of turmoil for so many people. And when you're going through this turmoil, you need these weapons of warfare to help you get over some of these hurdles. But you also need a spirit of discernment. If you can't see the thing before it comes, or when it arrives, you can't identify it for what it is, then you will not be able to overcome or trample some of these you know demons. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to show you the 15 traits of a Leviathan spirit. And when we talk about Leviathan spirit, we're talking about spirit within people who are possessed with these spirits that are working overtime. Okay. So number one, pride. And we could break down pride, but in this video, I'm going to talk about a pride that drives individuals to control others. This pride, you know, will manifest itself in a way where the individual who possess this type of pride, will do everything to not just control its domain, but everyone else who's in it. And I might expound on some of these afterwards or perhaps in another video. So, number one is the pride. Number two, fear and intimidation. Wherever the spirit of the Leviathan is present, there will be fear and intimidation. Okay. This will cause people to feel so afraid. This spirit causes terror among those it encounters. If you come in contact with it, understand one thing: you will be put in a position to become very fearful. There will be a lot of intimidation, and you look at all relationship, whether it be that of with your children, or that with your husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever situation, intimate situation there is, where there is fear and intimidation, you best believe the Leviathan spirit is present. Number three, control. This spirit will do everything to control the people that it encounters. And it does not take kindly to anyone who stand against it. So when you find someone have a controlling spirit, and if you are the type of person who say, not today, or I will not allow you to do this, then this spirit that possess individuals that would come after you because it cannot control you, is something that you must be aware of. It will do whatever it takes to maintain its place and power and control, no matter if it means intimidating you or using violence. So in a space where you see all this domestic violence against, women or the young ones in our community or in society on a whole, you best believe that this spirit, this entity is present in that room. And remember, spirits you cannot see physically for the most part. Now, some people have the gift to be able to see, spirits or whatever, but for the most part, the typical person cannot see it. But when it is in that presence, you can feel it. When it's in that room, you can feel it. And so we're talking about this spirit and the traits of this spirit, and what it does, it intimidates, it creates fear, it tries to control the people. Now, number 4, it's quite resilient, almost indestructible. It can endure great pain and suffering, you know, rarely letting any obstacle stand in its way for too long. So if I was to explain this, I would say, you see, the individuals who are possessed by this entity can handle terrible pain. Therefore, this person will have self inflicting wounds upon themselves. They will do things to destroy themselves, cause themselves so much pain and agony. And you'll say, why would someone put themselves through this? As is the case with addiction in some people, or people would just go out there and be so promiscuous and endanger themselves and go through lots of pain and suffering and use substance. And you say, this is more painful. There's no pleasure in this. Then in those cases, you best believe that that spirit is very present and is possessing that individual. Number 5, it is so physically powerful that only a person who is spiritually strong can overcome it. Once you come in contact with these kinds of energy, believe me, it is so strong that it takes a very strong person, a person who is deeply connected, a person who have a one-on-one relationship with the Most High, that can really escape from this spirit that would seek to overcome, to control, to manipulate you. Number 6, now, I would call this a counterfeit majesty, where these individuals may present themselves as, so well put together, so royal, so majestic in the way they present themselves. But despite, the strength and their propensity for violence, they want people to think that they're good, decent people. They'll come across, as I said before, regal, with the sense of superiority. But there's nothing majestic about this entity. Its desire is to destroy. Desire is to take control and to bring about, disharmony. Number 7, false authority. The desire to rule. They have this insatiable desire to rule with authority. And they rule with an iron fist. They do not take kindly to anyone who challenge or oppose their rules. They will do whatever it takes to maintain power and control. So if you come in contact with someone, who has this Leviathan spirit, you will see that sense of authority. They walk into a room, they want to take over. It could be like your co-worker, it could be someone who's a supervisor at your work, or persons who are in the same level as you, but there's a Leviathan spirit that dwells with them, that wants them to, take authority over you, to be your boss, and to, and if they're in a superior position, to make your day so difficult at work or in your home or in your relationship with them because of this desire to have power and control over others. You will have no doubt when you're dealing with a Leviathan spirit as it relates to this false sense of authority. Number 8, the Leviathan is undeniable presence is felt, and it casts its spirit wide and far reaching over all those it comes in contact with. You don't have to wonder if this person has a Leviathan spirit or a spirit of Leviathan or this sort of Jezebel spirit. When you come in touch with it, you feel it, its presence is felt. Number 9, no matter what you do to break its control over you, it will find other ways to prevail. So fire and water cannot quench its control. It will destroy you with its energy. It is too strong for an ordinary person to contain. So, if you're the type of person who's always clearing and cleansing your energy and cleansing your space, to get rid of this energy out of your space, it will take a lot more than just water and fire. Okay. And in another video, I'll explain that some more. Um, and as I said, it's not going to be easy to break the control of someone who has a Leviathan spirit. Number 10, chaos. Chaos is a very good example. Wherever this individual goes, there'll be chaos. And I spoke in another video about someone coming in your space, and when they're in your space, all of a sudden it gets very messy, very chaotic. In one day, your house could turn like a tsunami pass through. That is a very good example of someone who is possessed by this Leviathan spirit. It brings chaos, it brings drama, it brings destruction wherever it goes. If you know somebody where they can't maintain friendship with anybody, every time they come in touch with someone else and they have great friendship right away, and this person's their bestie right away, and they run into your life and you feel like you knew them forever, be very mindful of these individuals, because more than likely they carry this spirit, this dangerous spirit. If you know anyone who's always involved in drama, there's a big likelihood that this person is possessed by this entity, disrupting whatever peace there may be. In its presence, there is no peace. And as it incites fear and disorder to those who stand close to it, live in the same space with it, work with it, just be mindful. If you are a person who's always into fights with people, always in big drama with people, maybe it's time to examine yourself and to say, okay, what is it about me? I'm just one person. Why am I always inviting or attracting all these type of person? Number 11, I believe I'm at 11 now. Unquenchable hunger. It is never satisfied. When we talk, it's either too much food, too much sex, too much obsession of any kind, too much greed for money, too much attention seeking. It never stops until it drains resources, energy, and peace. Do you know anyone who's like that? Who has this unquenchable thirst or hunger for whatever it is that they have? No, that doesn't mean you can't have a drive and want, have goals in your life that you want to attain. But when you're willing to do anything to achieve it, that's when you have to question the spirit that is working with you. Number 12, it is predatory. It will crush anyone that it encounters, or anyone it thinks is standing in its way. So your breakthrough against these ones is your toughest defense when you understand the signs. Okay, so if someone send this energy towards you, if it was sent for you and you don't understand, if you start to see your family, your children, your partner, your friends, your associate all of a sudden start to act strange towards you, and you're seeing any of these signs, pay keen attention. Number 13, it's very cunning. Its craftiness is scary. It's that second nature to this Leviathan spirit. It's always plotting and preparing for the next move. You are seen as an enemy, no matter how nice or how good you are to the individual that is possessed by the spirit. And so, if you're a kind hearted person, if you're a loving person, that is going to be seen as a kind of vulnerability to this individual, or to this energy or this spirit that is dwelling within you or around you. It's always seeking to outsmart you at every turn. Cunning, crafty, Keep that in mind. Expect it will always be one step ahead of you. Only divine connection can help you defeat this sort of energy. Divine guidance and strategic move are the only ways to successfully banish the spirit, because at this point it is spiritual warfare, and in your human body and with your human way of thinking, it will be very difficult to overcome this demon. Number 14, it's determined. It will never, you will never wear it down. It will break you. It will stop at nothing. Even after it is removed from your home, from your life, you have to constantly cleanse yourself, you know, purify yourself once you have come in contact with this spirit. It uses fear tactics, as I said before. It's very manipulative. It will be used to control people and drain them of their energy. It is very good at convincing you that something is wrong with you. Do you know anyone who's like that? When they are the ones violating you and doing hurt to you or harming you in any way, they'll convince you that you're the one who is the problem. So in order for you to break free from, this spirit and to drive it away from you, you have to be conscious of all the signs. Use critical thinking skills and understand that without a spirit of discernment, you will not be able to battle or overcome this energy. Be in tune with your spiritual practice. And with daily meditation, you'll be able to strengthen your mind. Do not become too easily swayed by people's opinion about your feelings or your experiences. If you know that you're dealing with a Leviathan spirit, don't let someone tell you that the problem is you or you're just being paranoid. Don't be too quick to second guess your gut feeling and allow people to convince you or make you feel you don't know what you know. You know what you know. And if it's your partner, if it's your child, if it's your coworker, whomever it is, and you're saying something is not right, I'm feeling that this individual, is someone I shouldn't trust. I feel this individual is possessed. Pay attention to it, okay? Act swiftly when divine guidance tells you to do anything. Sometimes you're at a critical moment where you're in danger. If the spirit said move, you move. If the spirit said time to let this go, let it go. Okay? You leave, you move whenever the spirit asks you to do so, especially if you're feeling the sense that you're, in a threatening situation, your safety and your peace is threatened. You must listen to that small voice, okay? Do not allow outside voices to interrupt that still voice within you. Pay attention, move with the spirit. You can break the chains, of strongholds and the Leviathan spirit, but you have to be able to identify these things that I have listed. I'll go in more detail, maybe provide more examples. But if you feel like you're dealing with a Leviathan spirit, be very careful because it will consume you. And before you know it, it's too late. Stay blessed, everyone.